So far, we got 14 cars trying to qualify. So Agent JF is on his lap. So just past the wall on the back straightaway. No accident though. Crank it up to 230 miles per hour on the down straightaway into the turn to lift. Gonna come across the line for at least what I think is his third lap. And how much miles an hour? We're gonna find out. 229. This is not about. This is no, never mind. On his second lap down the back straightaway, he's hitting the 231. He almost went to 240 in the turn.
I forgot, who's C1, C2, C3, and etc. for this broadcast?
I was supposed to be at the pit lane, but like no one TP'd me.
Okay.
Are we live?
Here, I need to get TP2, but okay. So who do we have in line for to start?
I just need a controller. I'm trying to look for
Agent GF is currently. Are we live, by the way? Are we broadcasting?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, we're broadcasting. Okay.
Guess so.
So qualifying just started. Agent J off first lap. Okay, here, let me get my notes up.
So far, yeah. Oh, Agent JF.
He hit the massive bump there that will absolutely ruin his lap for this qualifying. So it looks like, yeah, he's not backing out yet, but that won't give him a lot of confidence after a huge bounce into the wall like that. And that's not something you want to see ever as a driver when you're on one of your fastest laps of the session. You definitely don't want to bounce like that and hit the wall after. So really dangerous moment there, and let's hope that he can actually have a good lap even after that really close call with the wall.
All right.
I honestly think he did a bit of a blowover there.
I'm trying to turn to left.
Yeah, it did look like, I'm not sure if he hit a bump, which really shouldn't happen, or if he did actually have a blowover, but usually blowovers happen when you're actually pack racing, when you hit a car in front and you bounce, but that did not look like a blowover to me.
Is it even possible to get a blowover by yourself?
No, as far as I know, I don't think so. It's only possible if you hit the rear end of a car.
It is possible. We saw it,
It is? Okay.
Yes.
And, yeah. He's on another very, very good lap. Let's see if he can actually improve this time around and not have that bounce like he did the first time.
I don't know if he crossed the line or what. That was the last lap. Was his last lap? I think he's about to end.
Really? Yes, it was. Okay, yeah, it was his final lap.
Coming out of the final turn.
Yeah,
Hey guys, remember,
I guess this is his final lap thing.
do not talk over each other. Remember that.
Yeah, I know.
We're talking over each other.
All right, I guess his laps are over, and there's going to be another guy coming out.
Yeah, this is his cool down in lap right now. And let's see who the next driver in line is for to come out. And it's going to be a Pug player. We saw him actually in a massive wreck yesterday during practice. Or sorry, not yesterday. On what is it called? On was it Thursday? He had that massive wreck coming into the pits with I think game winner.
Is that Terry going off or something?
We're gonna have 14 qualifiers for the Bubble 325 here. Still got 13 more to go. So as we're all waiting. So tell me, who is your driver to watch here? Anybody?
Here, sorry, I had a moment with my Wi-Fi again. Also, the cars have a more downforce spec for qualifying, with the rear wing and really everything being a lot larger. Actually, the only difference that I don't see is probably with the front wing. Although no, I do actually. Yeah, there is a difference with the front wing. It no longer has that kind of how would you call it? The kind of like drop in the middle or towards the front end of the front wing. It is more flat now, and the rear wing is a lot larger, but also a lot more downforce on the rear there.
That's my fault.
Yeah, we'll probably be seeing a little bit more stability now with the new upgrades. Also, you could see on the floor of the car, and there used to not be any like gaps or holes, but now there's two big gaps right in the front of the diffuser. And that will probably help with blowovers and what we almost saw happen to Agent JF happen a couple of minutes ago.
Pug player saw his first lap. He was slowing down. I thought he was like he had like a mechanical failure or something, but then he was just lifting.
Yeah, it did look like he was just getting set
in
up
the wall.
And yeah, it does look like he's misjudging some of the corners right now. Maybe not quite yet, not quite used to this qualifying setup yet, but yeah, it's not looking too good. Also, if you look on the car, you could see
in the wall
in
again.
the middle, there's a lot larger splitter down the middle if you look from the side. Yeah, it does not look like a Pug player is on his hot lap yet. He's just getting set up, but yeah, it does look like he's just kind of doing his own thing right now. Now, he is probably just going to be his hot lap, considering that was his second lap after getting out of the pits. And it's a lot faster, a lot higher top speed, and a lot... Yeah, he is lifting again. Possibly, it does not look like he's lagging, but it could be lag related, if I am going to be honest.
Nobody else can do it.
He's kind of going wide and lifting a little too much.
Yeah.
We also got to remember that.
Lag related. Yeah, sorry.
And he's in the wall.
And yeah, he just keeps on tapping the wall again and again during this lap. And I'm not sure what's happening, but it doesn't look like he's... I'm not sure if it's just input delay, but...
Right to the wall.
It does not.
You also do have to let off in the corners. You got to remember that. But also, a big thing is these lap times they're going right now. It's gonna average out later. So the times you're seeing right now aren't really gonna matter. It's the average time is gonna matter at the end of qualifying. That's really what's gonna matter here. So interesting. The first qualifying yesterday was exciting to see.
Yeah, and wrapping up on that, yeah, he's not doing well with his laps so far, and one really bad lap will damage your overall average, but he's already put in at least two. Now it's going to be probably 2 or 3 really not so good lap times, and I don't know. Yeah, this is now he's on his 5th lap, and it doesn't look too good. His average is pretty bad right now, and
Did you see how he nearly swerved into that wall coming in turn 1?
yeah, and
He's loose, and and he crashed.
Fuck Emmer's loose.
big
Into the
collision
wall.
with the wall.
Must have been
And just the most random crash I've seen so far. I'm not sure if he was just
Not gonna make the
losing
race.
control of the car, because it did look like his inputs were really late and a little over-exaggerated at times during the laps, and he just kept turning and his car didn't stop, and I think that might have been probably not something mechanical, but more of his keyboard or something more on his end, just technical, not working.
And now game winner is
now
going
it's
out.
the gamer winner coming out of the pits after that really weird session for
take the time.
Game winner is up. Did everyone?
Yeah, now
did everyone's
gamer
mic cut
winner.
out?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my mic just is a little
You're
laggy
good.
today.
You're
Yeah,
good.
gamer winner coming on and crossing the start finish line onto his second lap now, second lap, and does look a lot better than Pug Player. I'm not sure what happened to him, but yeah, that was quite weird. He was kind of all over the place with those laps, and yeah, gamer winner looking a lot more consistent, just like Agent JF. Well, actually, think through all the corners, and I'm pretty sure that was probably something on his end with a keyword or something like that. Lap time board, and crossing the line, his third lap, and yeah, I would also like to see the time board, but currently stuck in the booth. The small tap of the wall there doesn't really affect him that much as long as you don't drag. But yeah, on another good lap so far, and you can see how much more, I guess, stable you could say the cars are now with the new spec of the car, and riding on board with him, he does lift a tiny bit, but so far very consistent lap, and 200 it was when there was only 207 miles per hour through that corner. And yes, so far a very good lap from gamer winner, crossing the line for another very consistent lap. Now tiny lift into the first corner, not too much, not too much. And so far very consistent from him. Coming through the third last corner and second to last corner, he has a good top speed. Yeah, very consistent speed through the corners. His average will be probably very good now. I will hope that we could interview Pug Player after this, as well as some other people, just to figure out what happened to them, or what happened to him. We've so far not had any issues like that, but yeah, really cool to see the new spec of the new aero kit on these cars, and
Oh, he's loose into the wall. His
into the wall.
right rear tire is out, and he's
another crash during qualifying, and that's really bad there.
Oh, he's
Loose again. He's loose again.
drifting a little
Another
bit.
crash
Oh, and he's in.
during qualifying.
Oh my god.
He's lost his way.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I don't know what's happening today, but second driver of today, and they're also wreck out of qualifying. Only on his Only on his, was that fifth or sixth lap, and he's already out. In the pit, okay, somebody just went on top of somebody, and now we see Napa Boy coming out of the pits onto his out lap, and let's hope that we won't see another crash like that.
How did these wrecks even happen if you're trying to ease it off a little bit?
I think I've had a wreck during qualifying in a different league, but sometimes you just lose your rear end. You're trying to go full power through the corner, and you might misjudge it. You might you might go a little too low, and
It just like you just lose control.
yeah, and then sometimes, these cars, you have to almost enter the corner perfectly for a good arc, and if you try and correct it, you sometimes overcorrect or undercorrect, and you just have a wreck that's kind of unfortunate. And luckily we don't have luckily this is not like a F1 type format, because then we'd probably have a lot of red flags, and not a lot of people would get to do an actual lap.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, especially because with these cars and how high a speed, it's just little adjustments, can easily get your car spun around, get your car loose. And we obviously have seen that, multiple times already here in qualifying. We'll see if Napa will be able to overcome that. Hopefully he'll be able to not obviously spin up that car like a lot of people already have. But again, Pug Player, I think that was just a lag issue. I think he was coming off the corner lagging, couldn't see, bounced off a couple walls and lost it. That's just unfortunate to see for Pug Player. But Napa down the back here.
Yeah, did look like lag with delayed inputs and issues like that. Still very unfortunate for him. Really bad luck during that qualifying session. And obviously we hope not to see that happen again. And we'll obviously invite Pug Player for an interview. That'll definitely be on my list. And super unfortunate to see that happen. And he probably could have set a lot better lap times, but sometimes the cars just don't fall in your favor. But it could be a blessing in disguise. Sometimes starting from the back of the grid does help you avoid early wrecks in the front, and saves your fuel and just kind of preserves you for the end of the race, and sometimes actually keeps you safe. Obviously, it's a two-sided sword. Two-sided blade, because starting the back of the grid, you'll obviously have less advantage.
Oh, end of the wall he goes.
And we see another really close call there for Napa Boy. And a lot of these drivers right on the limit during this qualifying session. Almost wrecking yet again. Small little bump there yet again on the apex. His car bounced there after hitting the apex. And drivers being really aggressive on these laps, really putting everything on the line. And really, these early drivers have nothing to lose, because if they don't set a good lap time, they'll start from the back. But they really don't know where they'll start, because really there's not a lot of drivers that have qualified ahead of them.
Yeah.
Now, on a really good lap, even after that small conundrum through the last corner, another hit of the wall, and that loses him tons of speed, and that's not really good. I mean, these drivers really, they're putting their foot on the gas and not lifting until they see God or the checkered flag, and you can see that a lot here with them hitting the wall through the final corner, crashing, and very, very close here.
This is,
I hope we don't see that again, hopefully.
Napa was doing really well in the final turn.
Okay, actually this lap is, he's doing really well. So far, not a lot of contact with the wall, and, just some small slides, and, driver, this is, this is his final, and this is going to be his in-lap. This was probably one of the best sessions we've seen, and now we're going to see AC Life coming out of the pits onto his out-lap while Napa Boy is coming in for his in-lap. And this will be very interesting to see how, after seeing what happened to all the other drivers on their laps, how will he approach this qualifying session? Will he be a little more cautious and try to just stay consistently and safe, or will he push and be right on the edge through all these laps? Now, coming through the final corner, going onto his first hot lap, we see AC Life, and still really cool to see the new kit on these cars, the new aero kit, and I really, really like how it looks. I mean, it's obviously more realistic and a lot cooler. Now,
same aero kit.
I want to what happens if a driver DNFs on his qualifying session? Does it all get invalidated, or does it just how should you call it? Does it just stay however many laps you put? Set. I mean, sorry. Yeah, height didn't really apex through the third corner there, but on the last one, a lot better. Very consistent, not a lot of wall taps, only one I counted through all these laps, and very good. Okay, if on the first run they wreck, they're out. If they wreck on their return, then they're safe, and counts as their entry. Okay, all right, that makes sense now. So, yeah, very... these drivers really put their car on the limit through most of these corners. Obviously, it depends on how you want to approach it. If you want to be more safe and just set as many laps as you can to try and raise your average, just by having, or just stay safe and consistent. Obviously, we'll probably see drivers be more on edge through the final corner, or sorry, not through the final course, through the final laps, because they will know that they've already set enough laps, and that they can push a little more. Oh, a little bit of lag there for me at least, and oh god, now I'm actually really laggy. But yeah, really, so far really consistent from AC Life during this qualifying session. No real slides, incidents, or hitting the wall. So far he does look like he might be, or might have a really good average for this session. Still laggy.
Two laps to go for Ellen.
Really, huh?
Think
Sorry.
it's two laps. You're good. Think it's 2 laps to go for Ellen, right?
So far, very consistent from AC Life. Some really consistent laps. Don't really see a difference in his average top speed that much, coming through most of the corners. And yeah, very consistent so far. Not lifting through any of the corners. Full commitment, and that will really help him a lot with a with a really high average top speed. And yeah, he's doing really well. Probably best of the rest for now. And it's very consistent, low contact, low risk, and really clean laps for AC Life. He is now on his, or actually no, this is his final lap. And so far, I think this will be very good qualifying session for him.
Final lap for Ellen here on qualifying. Do it.
And next in line for his qualifying run, we have, let's see who that is.
Coming to the line, he's cranking up the speed across the line, and it's 227 across the line.
Yeah,
Very
Alan's
nice,
starting his
very
lap.
consistent laps from AC Life. Obviously, we won't be counting it'll count, but it consistently matters the most here because, well, they're counting the average lap time, and we're gonna see Ammo coming out of the pits for his out lap for this qualifying session. And yeah, now that he's coming out of the pits,
Here goes Game Off. What's up next? Oh, he slides.
oh, almost cracks coming out of the pits. Really aggressive there, and that'll hurt his confidence after that. After touching that grass there, yeah, not something you want to ever see, really. Especially when it comes to qualifying, really just hitting the wall, sliding across, and that wasn't really good.
Andretti TV sponsored 26.
All right, now actually starting his hot laps, and so far good top speed into the first corner, lifts, and that will probably slow him down a lot more. We saw that AC Life was not lifting through any of the corners. He was right on the edge through most of them, but it did look extremely stable. And Ammo lifting just to be, safe. And
You have to lift.
really, I don't think that will hurt him too much overall in the standings. Obviously because it's average, but setting a so far good lap. And a little bit of lifting, slower top speed by around 5 to 7 miles per hour than AC, but so far really solid lap and not a lot of contact besides that out lap almost incident.
Yeah, the car they're going through.
I think we'll probably invite them to the DC, right?
I will never understand how he got no damage from sliding into that wall.
Yeah, that was very weird how he didn't break off his rear tire or have possibly sometimes, the rear part of the side pod that's like right behind the rear wheel. So that sometimes is very sensitive to damage. I've had that sometimes even pop off with only like scraping the wall a tiny bit. And yeah, he got really lucky there. No damage. Just coming out of the pits, just got on the grass, lost his rear end a little, got on the grass, and then hit the wall. Luckily, he hit it very flat. And just lifting a lot more than we saw AC lifting through these corners. AC was a lot more committed and didn't lift on any of the laps. And we see Ammo lifting through the first and second corner and into the third too. Massive 3 lifts, a lot of lifting actually. I can't even. And still goes wide. So possibly he's just not hitting the corners as well as he'd be wanting to throughout most of these laps. And on crossing the start-finish line onto his 5th lap, and hoping that he could improve after all those lifts. And really, you sometimes see the difference in between these drivers quite a lot when you're looking at the top speed and everything. That's crazy. Now, on the roof with Ammo, coming into the third corner, lifts more, a little too much lifting there possibly. Really cautious through that corner, and he's going to be coming out of the final corner, really dropping his momentum there, and that'll damage his lap time. And I think the really most important part of this at Indianapolis in this game is the entrance, because if you have a bad entrance to the corner, you will have a bad exit and hit the wall, or you'll have to correct or lift. So entry is probably the most important part of the qualifying session and of the qualifying laps.
It's also, if you also crash, it's over. You're not gonna race.
Yeah. Now, okay, this has been probably one of his best laps so far. Best last corner top speed, and by far actually by over 3 miles per hour. And this is his final lap, so he'll be going in right as he crosses the line. And next up in qualifying, we have GTV. A lot of action we saw a lot of good racing from him, good laps during the practice sessions. And we'll probably see great results from him this qualifying session. Very, very good chance that he'll be best of the rest, seeing his previous performances. Now you can see that he opted for the smaller rear wing, Bubble, how much does so depending on what kind of aero setup you put, that will change your how your car looks. Is that correct?
Okay, fine. Somebody else gets to talk.
I don't think he's in.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see, especially because obviously this is not the final qualifying. This is the second to last qualifying. Obviously, Sunday is going to be the final qualifier. That's what we're going to see. So if you wreck here, it's bad, but it's not going to be as bad as you think it could be, because obviously you still have tomorrow. So it's going to be This is kind
No, you
of
don't.
a session for qualifying where, you know, you're going to be able to test, be able to see what you really need to do for tomorrow, that final qualifying.
Nah, if you wreck out today, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
Tomorrow is top 6. Top 6, so it's fast 6.
All this is
So everybody that wrecks today is out of the race completely.
Oh, I just didn't hear that because he was yapping so much. I couldn't hear. You know, I didn't know that was a rule. That's my fault. That's my fault. Bad announcer there by me. That's my fault. I didn't know that.
So glad I'm not racing this because I would be so mad if I got taken out like that.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for those drivers. Obviously, Puck Player just a lot more lag based than I think really anything else because really just late on the inputs and everything else coming through all those corners and just a little bit of bad luck and it's just over for him. And that's a reality that you sometimes do have to face while racing. Pretty obvious, but unfortunate for him. Unfortunate for who else crashed out? I don't remember.
Then I'm confused. So is there there's not only going to be 6 drivers obviously in the final race, correct? Because that doesn't make any sense.
Oh no, there won't be only 6 drivers. Basically, it's kind of no. There'll be a lot more drivers. It's like Q1, Q2. You get eliminated, basically, if you do not get into the top 6, as Bubble said. So, if you obviously get in the top 6, you go on to fight for pole and not pole, front row, and then second row. That's the 2 that will be that they'll be competing for, either second or first row, and the rest are just going back the same thing for each row. Just competing for as high of a roll. And we see him slide. We see GDB slide into the wall. As we were just talking about, people crashing and how that affects them. We see GDB almost wreck, and that wouldn't have been very good for him. He was really probably one of the favorites to qualify on the front row for this race. And massive slide there for him coming into, that was the third or second corner, third corner. But he did recover pretty well from that and didn't overcorrect or undercorrect into the wall.
Down into turn 3, good line right by a GT. He's doing 215s into turn 4. Coming to the line. I don't know if this is his final lap or, but anyway, he comes across the line 229 miles an hour. That's the best I've seen so far.
I mean, obviously, like we just said, he is probably one of the favorites to qualify on the front row and to get into the top 6 for the next qualifying session because obviously he's one of the fastest we've seen through all practice sessions, great at packing and just, really, really fast and consistent overall.
How come wait, who's about to go right now?
Well, if we look, it's going to be the next driver and the 2-time champion of the Bubble 325, Fearless, as Monkey said, legend of the sport, and I'm quoting him, and very fast driver. I think he was a previous year winner, if I did my research correctly. And we just saw GDB complete his final lap of his qualifying session, and we see Fearless coming back, coming onto the track for his out lap, getting some heat into those tires and getting prepped for his crusade to the front row to the front row and into the top 6, hopefully. Hopefully won't see any wrecks for any of the drivers. Good qualifying sessions and, but massive slide there, just as I'm saying, hoping not to see anyone crash. He almost as Default said, almost he dies into the third corner, not even completing his first lap. Really would have been disappointing there for the two-time champion of the Bubble 325.
Well, he was lucky that was his only out lap.
But if he would wreck on the out lap, he would be out without even setting a tie, and that's definitely not something you want to do.
I'm talking about the lap times. Like that would totally mess up his lap time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like we saw with who was it? AC Life, not AC Life. With
Agent.
Apple Boy, he almost wrecked after pushing over, and that did ruin his lap a lot. But those kind of moments really make you understand where the limit of your car is, and really make you more aware of how much you can push, which could actually help him improve his lap times.
As where do you go? Oh yeah, I want to see, because obviously all this stuff gets averaged. Who's going to be in the Fast Six? Obviously the cutoff line is going to get, it's going to be fun to watch once we get to the end of this, which we are kind of close. I mean, I think we have probably seven drivers left in qualifying, 8 if you want to count the guy on track right now.
Well, after this, we do have reruns. So everybody will finish their stuff, like their main runs, and then we do an hour session of reruns.
Okay.
Yep. And
is that going to be broadcasted or no?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Should be.
Probably.
But it's hard to qualify. It could put people in and out.
It does say, if you look at the schedule, it does say that probably will be broadcasted. I'm not sure if it's radio or a stream. Hopefully it will be stream, but radio is still fun to do.
Well, this is... No, I don't mean like after this. I mean like right after this. Like, cause we're staying in the game.
Yeah, I know.
And it's part of main qualifying.
Yeah, I know that. I asked Monkey and I looked at the schedule just to double check. But Fearless really so far very consistent. Good top speed through the final corner, 117. So really in there, in the zone, and tiny little bump taps of the wall. But right now during qualifying, that doesn't really affect you too much. Being right on the edge, obviously being on the edge, and the closer you are is the better. And Fearless, two-time winner, will be definitely one of my bets to possibly be a third-time winner or qualify for the top 3 and stay in the top 3 for the race. Obviously, there is a little bit of chance there. Could wreck, could just get unlucky and crash out, bad qualifying, or a lot of luck-based things in racing. He's on his final lap now too, by the way. But hopefully we won't see a lot of wrecks and a lot of close racing between these drivers. Fearless on his final lap, really pretty good so far. Out of the final corner, a tiny bit slower than usual, but still hitting that top speed of 235 into the third corner of the Indianapolis circuit. Tapping the throttle, lifting and slamming on the gas on and off. And coming out of the final corner, pretty good exits, not as good as on his few previous laps. Still does get a pretty consistent lap time, and we'll be seeing the next driver coming back onto track.
And it's Anthony Anderson.
Yeah, continue. Sorry.
Continue.
We'll see a real good performance by Anthony, probably. He's one of the best drivers in this league.
I did see him do some really nice and close pack racing yesterday.
See that?
He's from what I've seen, and obviously from previous years, a very good, consistent driver. Good at pack racing, as we saw from last practice, and definitely not losing his edge in this series. Now, coming through or over the line onto his first qualifying lap of the session. 235 into the first corner, lifting lots, but you can see the difference between the setups and how drivers act. You saw AC Life with a lot bigger rear wing, and he would lift a lot less, be flat through almost all the corners. But these drivers with a spec that's like a 1, 2, or maybe even 3, I don't necessarily remember, car, they lift a lot more, but they have a lot better top speed on the straight by around 5 miles per hour faster.
All right, take a break. Give your throw up right there. Obviously, yesterday was as last night, the 400 had a very close wing, just barely won by half a wing, not even, barely just a wing, was Agent over.
That is a final wreck there by Anthony.
Anthony's out. Anthony's out.
On his third lap, he's out.
Anthony Anderson up in the wall. Oh my gosh, and he's upside down. Upside down he goes.
And I was about to talk about him, how he had a kind of mediocre night at Chicago last night. Now he's on his lid.
Huge crash from Anthony Anderson there, flipping through the first few corners, and again another wreck in.
Oh my gosh! Don't put that on TV.
What?
Nothing. I guess that's our first flipping. That's our first flipping qualifying. And he will not race in 325. Yep, it is.
It's not the first flip of qualifying. There was once there I flipped just a little bit ago. Like the start of the.
Gosh. Well, hey, I totally did not record him crashing.
That was a big wreck. That was an interesting wreck there by Anthony. It seemed like he just got into one, maybe got on that little white mark, just got him a little loose, or hit that bump that's so treacherous in turn 1 and spun around. Man, that sucks. Anthony is one of the greats here in the Verizon series, so it's really unfortunate to see that. He just
and down goes Ned just not racing in the bone 325.
I can't imagine. That's bad. Don't let him back in. Don't do it. that's a sucky part there.
How did he wreck already? Oh.
Turn 4, and then they lost the tire.
Don't let that bro back in, please. He yaps too much.
I looked away from one
second
and he wrecked.
4 people are out of the bump 325 so far.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We're going to be having a driver, I'm pretty sure, leaving. Prime should be leaving here soon once he gets the green light to go by Anthony. He does. There's the green light. He is go back onto the racetrack. Thank God you're not looking again. W bubble. Now, Prime also very good. I don't remember what he had yesterday, I should say, not last night, in Fast Friday. I don't know if, what he really did there to remember, but, Prime, not very familiar with these Indy cars. Kind of like Kyle Larson, as you would see nowadays, just hopping in this Indy car, seeing what he can do. He's more of a NASCAR guy, but we'll see what he can do with these open wheel cars. Prime, I think in Chicago, he either wrecked out or had to go in the Chicago 400 last night. So excited to see how he's going to do here during qualifying. See if he can make it into that top 6.
Going into the first corner. Let's just hope that he does not flip in the final corner.
Yeah, let's hope we don't get another big wreck. That would be very unfortunate. Hopefully it doesn't have another big wreck, because we've seen multiple cars. It's almost 3, almost 4 cars now that have gotten in a wreck. It's unfortunate. That's a lot of cars, and I don't know what the cutoff would be if you're not going to be able to race in the 5 or in the 325, but yeah, let's hope Napa doesn't have the same fate as a couple of these other drivers already have. Now, Toddy, you were there last night in Chicagoland. You were obviously a pit reporter there. I mean, it was a pretty good race. It was a very strong out race. There wasn't a lot of action happening. It was more fuel mileage. And then that caution with like about 30 laps to go came out, and we had one of the closest finishes. You know, it was. I mean, I've seen in a hot minute with any car. So, I mean, what was your idea about that race as Prime gets on the backstretch?
Well, all I can say is that it was just crazy of how that could have been the most close. If the finish was good. If only Amoff was a bit feet higher, then it would have been a photo finish. And think there was also like there was barely any wrecks in the 400. There was only at least two, and then Fearless wrecked after the race as he flipped over. And that's pretty much all I have. And Adrian was just leading the rest of the race.
Yeah, Prime still going around. Has not wrecked yet. Good there by Prime, keeping that mile an hour up and into the corners. Good job there by Prime. I mean, at this point, all you have to do is kind of just get your car to the end of qualifying. And I mean, you can't just go 4 mile an hour, you know, across the whole racetrack. But how many people are wrecking? I mean, honestly, just get, you know, be a little fast. You don't have to really push it because how many cars are wrecking? You don't have that much competition. Sticking it right there on the inside, making it work, getting that energy going down the backstretch. And right after this, obviously, we're gonna have reruns. So basically, this is not over, from my understanding, for a couple of these drivers, and I could be wrong. Maybe somebody, you know, tell me if I am wrong. But the guys who wrecked, they may get reruns. But again, I could be wrong. We'll know that from Bubble once he comes back. Bubble, if the people who did wreck are they allowed to race during reruns or run during reruns?
No, they don't get reruns today. But if we don't have 15 by the end of the day, then tomorrow they get to. It's basically a bump day. They get to qualify in for the final positions.
Okay, so they still do have a chance. Anthony and Pug Player, they still do have a chance, correct? You know, to try to race tomorrow and try to get into that bump. So that's good to hear for those drivers. Hopefully they were able to hear that they still do have a chance to be able to race in the Bubble 325. I'm pretty sure, is this the third annual or the second annual? I think this is the third annual Bubble 325. I think it's the second one that's streamed though. Get some life.
I think qualifying's about to be over in a sec, as there's only it might be over in at least until the last 4 cars go out and do their laps.
No, reruns will be right after that.
All right. So the cars who wrecked doesn't get the reruns.
No. What is happening?
I don't even know. Ren walkie. Wait, walkie. Oh no. Oh my. His car's starting to wiggle a little bit as he enters through the first corner. And enters in corner 2. his car's still wiggling as he now enters in corner 3. He's going. Think he left a little too hard as he. I think he was going to 220 as it now lowers 108. Thanks.
Yeah, interesting. Some rewire.
Milwaukee on his first lap of this qualifying session. So far, I mean, no slides out of the pit lane and not really hitting the wall as hard as some of the other drivers we've seen have. So let's hope for another good run like some other drivers seen. And obviously consistent good energy carrying through all the corners. And yeah, we can see him. He's actually also on the lower downforce spec of the car, and that could help him on the straight, but hopefully it won't harm him too much through the corners. It's all about still carrying speed and momentum out and in. Probably the most important part around this track is the entrance, because if you get it wrong, it's going to be really hard to have a good exit. And it really affects everything, including the next corner and the corner, sometimes even after that. Obviously, even if on the straight. Also, positive to over Ocean line. When we were actually doing the test runs for this track, saw a lot of people just turning in too late, hitting the wall, going out on grass, or turning in too early, trying to be overly cautious and hitting the apex and just going straight into the wall. Really good lap so far from Renwalkie. He's now on his 4th lap running, and good top speed into the first corner, lifting a tiny bit. We'll see this a lot more. Actually applying brake, which we haven't seen too much, but he does go wider than usual. And usually the drivers do, and then absolutely usually all of them.
Apparently, this is the last Chevrolet to go in qualifying so far. The rest of Honda.
Now, coming in out of the final few corners, very so far consistent from this guy. And although being on the limit does help you, it could also make you drop down the order if you actually wreck. Really, so far paying off for some of the more skilled drivers that are able to control it, but a couple of unfortunate wrecks from some drivers. Even one of the drivers we saw do really well and not wreck at all, Napa Boy in practice, having a massive shunt into the first and second corner. Now, seeing him coming into the final corner, great top speed, not hitting the top speed that we've seen some other drivers hit at 235 miles per hour, but still very consistent laps, not hitting the wall as much as some of the other ones do, but that's something we will see if you are more cautious, less contact with the wall and more within the limits. This is his final lap that he will be doing. And yeah, did you just say, Penguin, did you say final Chevrolet in the running for today? Or, sorry, for this qualifying session?
Yeah, I did. The rest of them are Hondas.
Yeah, so the rest of the drivers qualifying will be Hondas. And, a little bit of favoritism towards the Hondas. Not really a lot of constructors in the sport. We have Chevrolet, Honda, and who was it? The third one? Penguin? Yeah, Chevrolet and Honda, right? Okay. We see Renwalkie cross the line for his final, was his final lap there. And obviously we'll see the results at the end where everyone places, and we'll see Lego Gamer at the end of the pit road. We saw his performances in the last few practice sessions from this on this track, and very fast, very consistent, really great at pack racing, which I think will advantage him. Although he does have the lower downforce spec on his car, or sorry, more downforce on his car, larger rear wing spec coming onto the track, and probably will not lift into the corners, that's for sure. But will slow him down on the straights a little bit. And, I'm not sure if he's really opting to be pushed and maybe just not worry about wrecking. Because obviously, if you see the driver with a lower downforce spec, higher downforce spec, you would expect them to be, obviously run better in draft and expect themselves to be a little bit lower down the order. Because as we've tested a couple of days ago, I think it was on Thursday, we tested all the different specs of cars and the new aero model. And if you have a higher downforce, basically you are better. It's going to be a lot better if you're behind someone, and you can take a higher line, and really you have a lot more freedom with the racing line you have, but you will be slower on the straight. And if you have a lower downforce, you're a lot more limited on your lines through the corners, but you have a lot more advantage on the straights. And it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. Like you can see right now, he did lift through the corner. I'm not sure if he really has to do that because, well, he does have a higher downforce spec, but he does still lift. That will probably actually damage his lap quite a bit. Not enough, I guess, commitment through the corners for him, which we haven't really seen a lot considering all the wrecks and some of the drivers absolutely sending it through the corners. But yeah, you can see the top speed is not really going up as fast as you would see with cars with a lower spec, lower downforce spec around this track. But it will be really interesting to see how it obviously affects them during the race, how the strategies will play out during the 325. With the higher downforce being a lot more free through the corners, a lot more faster through the corners, and the lower ones being a lot more constrained with their line. And that could actually make for some very interesting moves with the cars with higher downforce going down the inside and trying to actually make the lower downforce cars lose their line and lose their edge into the corner. And obviously it'll be a lot of also mental battle around this track, because to commit through some of the corners here and not wreck is sometimes very tricky mental game for these drivers. Now,
As we go on board with Lego.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
As we go on board with Lego, gamer, we go for a good line to turn 3. Here we come to turn number 4. It's a pretty good line. He goes low coming out of it. And how fast does he go across the line? Let's see. 227 around, or 228.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw him take a very tight line through the final corner there. I think, if I'm going to be honest, what we see with the drivers with higher downforce specs is that they could probably take a higher line through most of these corners and not be as cautious. I mean, obviously apexing is very important, but keeping that energy and momentum in the car and having a good exit without lift, and I think they could really, you can see they're not really apexing as much. We just saw actually Lego Gamer apex there, so not really accurate statement there, but we saw Fearless and AC being a lot higher with their line, and not really worrying about apexing. And with the lower down or higher downforce spec, you really have to worry about keeping that speed onto the straight, and that's something that the lower downforce spec drivers don't have to worry about almost at all, because they really easily get up to the 235 top speed, or close to the top speed, quite easily. Which most of the higher downforce drivers can't do. So they really have to.
Oh, Lego on the wall.
Lego on his final lap through the third corner of the circuit, wrecking, losing his rear end.
lift, and he lifted and then went right on the power, and I think that just lost his rear end for him. And we see Dimitrios coming out onto the track right after that wreck, straight into his outlap. And really unfortunate there. We saw Lego having some great laps during practice and great pack racing there a couple of days ago, but really just super bad luck there, coming into the third corner and just lifting and hitting the apex a tiny bit and just losing his rear end. Unfortunate slide and unfortunate end to his run and his final lap of this qualifying session. Dimitrios coming to the fourth final corner of this Indianapolis circuit. And, not the best top speed we've seen so far. But, so far, no moments through his outlap, which we've comedically seen a lot happen. Almost a wreck, too, from, some of the drivers here. And, good top speed. Again, carrying the high downforce spec, probably prioritizing cornering more than top speed. The only thing that you have to, I think, acknowledge with a higher downforce spec is that you have to be a lot more committed in the corners and keep a lot higher of a top speed. Not lifted, he crashed.
in the wall.
Just as I said, you have to commit a lot more through the corners. He wrecks on his
And he's sliding. Oh my gosh, he hits the wall again.
Massive wreck there. Massive wreck for Dimitrios. Something I was just talking about. Into the pits. We see him coming into the pit.
Oh my god! No,
it was a lot of damage there, and that's really unexpected there from him. Brown Moons resetting his car there in the pits, and really unexpected wreck there. He just kept going. Lag, or I'm not sure what actually happened there. Probably, as was it Toddy or Penguin that mentioned that lag just ruined him there. And we see Brown Moons coming out onto his lap around this Indianapolis circuit. Lots of wrecks. Drivers probably won't be as worried.
By the way,
Moons might take it easy a bit.
We just saw some of huge lag spike there for me.
Brown hits the wall right there.
Yeah, it hits the wall, and I don't know if that might have been server lag, actually, because everything froze for both stream and my game. But coming onto the final straight, he's starting his first lap of this qualifying session for him. Good top speed, and so far a little bit more cautious than some of the other drivers. Still carrying good momentum, and the thing is with this qualifying session, it's not yet over, but qualifying of the first row is really helpful if you got it right with the setup. Because if you qualify with not the right setup in first place, it's not really the best thing. Because if you have a high downforce setup, it's more meant for being behind the field, going through the corners, drafting, and getting some of that dirty air. But if you have a high downforce spec and you're in the front of the pack, that could affect your result a lot by being a lot slower through the corners and not fuel saving as much as you want. Obviously, me and Bubble during a testing session for these new setups, we were talking. I was asking him some questions, and he did say that this higher downforce spec will help you when you're behind a car, dirty air and all that. But if you are in front, it won't really do much for you besides having better cornering. I'm not sure.
By the way, I want to give word that I think. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm trying to
Yeah, no problem. Just tell me when you get what you're looking for, and I'll just keep going over it. Brown Moons going into the first corner, better momentum than last time. Going almost 220 into the second corner of this oval track. And on his third lap, so far very good. Not as fast as we saw some of the other drivers on the main straight. Not even hitting, or actually hitting the 230s. This has actually been
a really good second straightaway for him. To be honest, I didn't expect that because his top speed was not really climbing out of the second corner there, but he did get a little boost there somehow. And crossing the line for his fourth lap of this qualifying session. Yeah, Toddy.
All right. There's a thing I guess. All right, I remember what I was gonna say. I just want to say Lego actually did leave after he hit the wall. If you were wondering why he disconnected for a while ago.
Yeah, he did leave very quickly. I didn't actually get to get any footage for that. But yeah, that was a little bit awkward. He just disappeared instantly after that wreck. Unfortunate for him. A little, possibly, overreacting. Because some of the other drivers did crash, but they did not leave right away. That was his final lap, right? Of his qualifying session, he wrecked on it. So very unhappy him with that result. Yeah, still unfortunate to see so many good drivers wreck in qualifying, final lap, and then they just slide out, lose their rear end. And Brown Moon's actually probably going for the most cautious route since he's the last driver running on his fifth lap of this qualifying session. Being a little more cautious, but still carrying a lot of speed and being very fast on his laps. So not to really go too slow. He's probably going to make it into the Fast 6 considering most of the other drivers did not complete all of their laps and wrecked somewhere through them, in their laps. Final lap now for him, and most likely will qualify for the Fast 6 that we're going to see. As far as I know, requalifying is going to be right after this session. Will we get to interview some of the drivers that have wrecked, is my question, or will we just jump straight into it?
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I'll actually go and ask probably Bubble in just a second. Do we get an intermission? Or do we have to...
wanted you to see this whole place. And why don't you
yeah, also we see Brown Moon's coming over the final line, and that is his qualifying session over. Congratulations to him. Obviously didn't wreck, kept it consistent. And I'll be asking some questions for Bubble right now, if we will get to interview them or not.
Go ahead and go. Alright. Thanks for alright. There's something that I have to go. Here.
Huh? What are you saying?
I gotta go.
You have to go? All right. Thank you for being with us, with almost, I think, every broadcast that I've been here, probably even more. I remember actually yesterday there was a pretty funny moment, or 2 days ago, you were asking for help on the broadcast, so that was pretty funny. But did we just see Fearless going backwards in the pits? Oh, he's re-entering.
Yeah.
Changing his setup, possibly, yeah. We see him pitting and probably will be refueling, or no, actually he'll be changing his aero kit right now. I'm looking at him right now, and no noticeable difference there for him, but yeah, hit it possibly for fuel or fresh tires. I'm not sure, is there tire wear in this game, Penguin?
I don't think there is.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, there's absolutely no tire wear in this game. We see a lot of the drivers resetting or jumping out of their car. And we'll soon be ready for the Fast 6 and for the re-qualifying for some of the drivers that did wreck. An abnormal amount of wrecks this time around for, these drivers. And I don't know if that should have been anticipated or unexpected. For this qualifying session. Obviously, during practice, we saw some wrecks, but not quite like this. I'm going to join driver comms just for a second. And, yeah. Oh, we have
I mean, if we can, we probably can all do like a little like fun race at like probably a road course track like Imola or Spa. Probably we could probably do a qualifying too if we can. If you want to, we can do probably do like a little fun race after this, like all the drivers and like commentators at like Imola or Belgium, like those road course games. Okay. So how? So who made the Fast Six? Yeah. I don't even know if we're doing Fast Six today or tomorrow.
All right. Reruns. We have lane 1 and 2. So people right now are doing their wing adjustments, and then they're about to start going out for reruns. No. No, the visual wings between the Chevrolet and Honda, that's just visual. They're all the same. I mean, you can ask them. You can ask a driver what wing level they were on, 1 through 5. But if they answer that, because they don't have to answer that, and if they do, then they'll be leaking to the other drivers what wing level what wing level they're wanting. Yeah. Do you know how the lanes work or no? Do you know how the lanes work or no? Okay. Okay, basically
Or,
lane one. Basically, lane one is priority. If you go in this lane, you get to go ahead of everybody else that's in lane two. But when you go out, your previous time is deleted. So if you wreck, you are out. If you're in lane two, you have to wait for everybody else in lane one to go. But if you're in lane two, your time is not deleted until you complete all your laps. So if you wreck before you're checkered, then it's fine. You're still in the race. So you'll see most people use lane two until like the end of the session. That people might be using lane one.
Bubble, I have a question.
Yeah, but you have to wait. You might if there's people in lane one, you're gonna have to wait.
We currently have no one on lane one.
Yeah, so I mean, and it's individual people go out on track. So
Also, will we do interviews?
maybe I don't know. Probably after everyone's final times are in.
All right.
I'll do.
Well, let me actually start my own timer separate from the game so that we can do the lap counter.
Ask them if they're like available for like a fun race after this.
51 minutes start. Okay. What? They're just rerunning.
There's this bump. It's a bump.
No. These guys are all in. They're just improving their time if they can. No. Fast 6 is tomorrow.
It's bump, right? So they bump up the position.
Yeah, they're just trying to improve their position before. Yeah. Some people, you can see, some people didn't rejoin the game because they were comfortable with their position. Some people weren't, so they decided to rerun. It's like, it's in the 2015 Verizon IndyCar Series and announcements. That was the first session time.
Yeah. Hey, Bubba.
Oh! Yeah, it's if he completes it though, because he's in lane 2. That's if he completes it. If he completes the run, then it will, if it's slower, it'll like take him down. But if he knows it's slower, or he has a feeling it's slower, then he can just abort it. It won't mess him up.
I have a question about the 2024 F1 cars. So is there any like available schemes that you have in there yet?
No, and those cars are retired. I'm not using those anymore.
If they broke, right?
No, they didn't break. I just don't like them.
We were gonna get DRS, right? Before you even took the decision.
No, they already have DRS.
Yeah, they do have DRS.
ERS. I'm talking about.
Yeah,
ERS.
they already have it too.
Oh, so it basically has everything, but you just don't like how they drive.
Yeah, so I don't want to do them. I'm gonna wait until I get like a 2021 or maybe 2016 F1.
Don't we already technically have 2021 because of regular Paco now?
Yeah, but I mean actual models, like the actual models.
That's just kind of a copy of 2001.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would actually try making 2023 F1 cars if you can. I'll give you that challenge.
Alright, Bo, we can talk about the F1 stuff later, right? And,
I guess. Weren't you gonna redo Grand Prix?
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about different type of cars. What type of?
Wait, which Grand Prix were you doing again? I don't remember what you were doing. What were you doing?
I think we're gonna do Grand Prix 2021, but we can change it. Like, we can later
No.
talk about this. We can
No,
later
21's fine. Yeah, just keep doing 21. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, fine. But we can later talk or anything like that in DMs.
How many tracks did have you like got? Like, do you have the
I don't
entire 2024 F1 calendar?
No, but I'm not doing a league with it. I'm not doing a game either. It's probably just my own little fun thing to mess around with.
Oh, I have a quick question.
Yeah. But so,
Bubble. So if they don't improve on their lap time, does it bump them down right now?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So because they're lined up in lane 2, that means that they're getting completely new laps. If they improve or they don't improve, but finish this one, that's their time. If they crash out the last time they qualified, that's what's being picked. All right.
But also, if they crash and they rerun, they can't rerun the entire session.
Yeah. That's that's obvious. But so basically, right now, if they don't improve, they go down. If they improve, they go up.
Yeah.
So they just want to try and improve yet again.
Yeah, and there's 46 minutes left. They still have a ton of time to improve. Or
130 across the line.
This is, can we see time boys? Oh, that doesn't matter.
Oh my God, Alan!
Does it matter if you wreck someone's
That's
matter.
front nose coming off, front wing
numbers, right?
tires done.
Because he wrecked on the in lap, it doesn't matter, right, Bubble?
yeah, it doesn't matter. It's whatever.
Yeah. So you could have just literally wrecked there just to get in the pits faster. Okay, makes sense.
So
next
we're
driver
gonna play
out.
out doing like 2021 F1 cars probably.
Okay, here. Next driver out is going to be Napa Boy. All the drivers opted to go into the second lane and the safe lane. Obviously lane 1 is the priority lane, so if they do wreck, however, they will be out right away. And the second lane, safe lane, Napa Boy is going to be out on track next. Are we just waiting for you to reset the ticker?
No, hold on. Getting time.
Oh, okay, time. Okay.
Okay, now I feel like Alright, I'll just start.
And sorry, by the way, if you're in lane 2 and you don't improve, then it just goes back to your best time.
Oh, so lane 2, if you don't improve, best time just goes down?
No, if you don't improve, you stay at your best time.
From the previous session?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, now I just feel like going to F1 23 and starting a driver career mode.
Okay, Carter did improve.
I mean, he did go 230 across the line on his final lap.
Yep. Yeah, that was pretty actually solid.
Hey, just me too.
Yeah, just say it again. I'm actually starting a Paco No League this summer. I'm gonna open it up this summer. So if
One position. It's Carter. It's yeah, his actual Carter. He's not on alt.
I finished,
All right, he might go for an improvement again. I don't know if he does. No, I think he left. I'm not sure though. I'm gonna go talk to him.
That finish yesterday was kind of crazy, though. The finish yesterday at Chicagoland. I did not even know there was a race. I didn't even know there was a race. Yeah.
Well, Brown just went to lane 1, so he's going after Napa. Well, that means if he's once he passes for his first green lap, and then his time is deleted, so he'll delete his P7 time. Yes, but if he wrecks, he's gone.
Napa's gonna risk it. He went too far to cross the line though, so this could be a good lap. So I would probably just if I was him, I would probably go around the first 2 laps, take it all, and then just for the last few laps, I would just take it easy so I don't crash. Oh. We got second risk taker. We should probably run. Tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, we might actually. Yeah. We'll probably see if we can, probably broadcast my league when I'm opening up this summer. Oh, he's out! He's out! He's out! Oh my god! He's out! He is out! That's why I would not go to the first one. That's why I would not go to lane 1. Napa is gone. Alright, see.
Okay, Brown is from lane 1, so if he wrecks, then he'll have to wait and rerun tomorrow for the last positions.
Well,
I would not go to lane 1 because you just
Brown.
got.
Yeah. Brown just went out of lane 1, so he is gambling right now.
He really wants to improve, that's why. It could kill him or it could help him.
Napa was set to improve. He ran 240 2 laps in a row. Oh, he's gotta go AFK. He hasn't taken the green. He hasn't taken the green yet. He hasn't taken the green yet. And it's wasting time for other drivers. I'm gonna call this an abort. But he hasn't taken the green yet, so his time isn't deleted.
Oh
He had to go
my
AFK
God.
right before the line. It's technically an abort. So I'm gonna have to
Time.
he's gonna have to do his run later. I guess maybe he saved himself.
Maybe.
All right.
Okay, I'm back with Napa Boy. For interview here. Really, you really put it all on the line there with that first lane pick for your rerun, and unfortunately, it didn't pay off for you. And what were your thoughts behind that decision to go in the first lane? And how could you think you could have improved, even though you did wreck at the end of the day? Unfortunately.
I mean, you're basically taking a big risk here if you're going to the first lane. Because if you crash, you're not in the race.
Yeah, so pick the first lane because why not? I'm a risk taker. When I was doing my qualifying 4 laps, the thing, I was really scared about spinning out. I was hoping my car wouldn't spin out the whole time, but after I had made it to the white flag, I thought I was fine. So I took it easy until 3, and it just spun me around. Kind of wish that didn't happen.
Yeah, that was this was really unfortunate wreck to see happen live, and we did discuss in the commentary booth. Is that really the best choice to go in the first lane to get to run early? But obviously, if you get to run early, you might not run out of time. But if you don't run early, obviously you might not even get to improve. And risky strategy there for you, and unfortunately did not improve. And what do you think you probably could have improved on? And what will you try to improve on next time around?
Probably not risk it on too much because it is just a qualifying. If I just didn't take that big of a risk, I probably would have gotten a decent time. Kind of wish I had thought that through my head, but yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously, if you don't risk it, you might not ever get the biscuit. And, most of the drivers went for the conservative. You were one of the only ones that actually went for the risky strategy. Obviously, we hope to see it pay off. It didn't. And, great, a lot of wrecks during this qualifying. And what are your thoughts on how the car handles through the corners? Like, what do you feel when you're going through the corner, and what are you thinking about?
Thinking about not hit the line, hit my apexes, and not spin out, because going 240 was insane.
Yeah, we were watching, and that was something definitely to know. Going 240 into some of the corners. Well, obviously, thank you for coming up here and talking to us. Best of luck during the race, and we'll hope to actually see you have a better result than today. We saw you doing some great racing during the practice sessions and some, great pack racing. It was unfortunate that we didn't have the correct aero model before Bubble changed it to how it should be with dirty air and everything. But hope to see you have a great result. We did see you do some great pack racing during practice, and thanks for coming up here into the commentary booth.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye. Best of luck.
You too.
All right. I do have to go now, unfortunately. So thank you for having me here, and I'll see you guys probably next week.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna have to go soon too. So someone's gonna have to commentate here.
I'm gonna have to do interviews and commentate now. We're gonna have Beast up in his final lap actually for his run. Very tidy to turn 3. Not that close to the wall actually.
Alright, there goes the line to turn 4. He's coming to the line. .229 across the line. It would seem like a good time. Alright, I have to go right now, so someone's gonna have to commentate.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that responsibility.
Alright, yeah, see ya.
Yeah.
I'll be at the race tomorrow though.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Alright, bye.
Yeah. Now we see Brown come out of the pit lane, now to the racing turf for his qualifying run for today. Trying to improve his lap. He was previously trying to improve, but he went AFK. We'll see what he does here. He's waiting until he crosses the line, get the green flag, and start his 5 to 6 laps to improve his position in the lineup. Gene, you can move up Beast, right? First time lap out of turn 4, Brown, 2:10 of turn 4. Now we go interview Beast, who previously has done his run. Beast, how do you feel about your laps? I have seen you improve. They definitely look quick and they look tidy. How do you feel about them?
Yeah, I felt really tight. The cars are really fast out here from Indy. Gonna try and go out again and see if I can improve. I was tracking P1 from what I was hearing, but it is really hard to hit your paces and your apexes out here. It's fast.
We have seen a lot of wrecks because of the rear end stepping out, crashing, and the rear tires just going away. Do you have any? Are you scared still for the race that might happen to you?
I'm a little scared, but I've ran a lot of laps out here in this package, so I feel pretty confident about myself and my surroundings out here.
Well, that wraps it up. Thank you very much, Beast, for coming up in the booth.
Welcome.
We go back to Brown on his third qualifying lap, or fourth in the timer. Fourth lap on the timer. Hits the wall, brushes it out of turn 3 down to turn 4. He's gonna get 2 more laps to improve, going down to the front straight, and in just any moment crossing the line for his 5th lap. He has now crossed the line and now into turn 1. Rounds on turn 1 and 2 very nicely. Out of turn 2 now to the back straight. Hitting 233 for a split second, 234 miles an hour into turn 3. Gets it tidy, didn't brush the wall this time, 221 into turn 4 actually. This lap looks promising for Brown. 211 out of turn 4. Now front straight for one final time. He just needs to finish this lap. No mistakes, keep it clean. Maybe slow down a little bit, but he really wants to improve his position in the board. So we'll see. Rounds on turn 2 to the back straight, goes low, slowly gaining speed. 234 this time. Hits 234 miles an hour this time into turn 3, keeps it tidy. 223 now into turn 4. Out of turn 4 now. 213 miles an hour to the front straight, goes low. This is going to be a very good run for Brown as he crosses the line. That was some very good laps for Brown, and we'll probably see him in the booth in a little bit. Brown now comes down pit lane, and AC, aka Allen, now out on the track for his lap. Or what's it actually out for his lap? Or do you go early? Yeah, he went early. He took almost a whole lap around the track without his actual starting. Probably going to repeat that. We have confirmation we will get a interview with Brown, who has previously finished his run.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Brown. How do you feel about your laps? We saw you scraped the wall out of turn 3 in lap number 4. Do you think it affected your time? How do you feel about your last lap?
I think it definitely affected my lap time. I had sold I messed up going into turn 3 there. I turned in too early and I tried to lift out, but then I hit the wall. But yeah, it's not over yet. I'm gonna go again here into this lane 1.
Oh, you go again on lane 1?
Yeah,
you're gonna go after Allen here, who's gonna start his lap his run in sometime soon. How do you feel about the package? Are you prepared mentally, and are you actually prepared for the race tomorrow?
Well, I think I'll be pretty prepared for the race.
Sorry to interrupt, Brown. Really quick, you improved to P5. Do you want to still run lane 1, or you want to quit?
Lane 1.
You want to go again? You were just. I know. You just improved to P5.
Well, I have 5 cars behind me, so I think I want to go again.
Oh no, you have to wait. You have to let someone else go first.
All right, that's fine.
You can't go back to back.
Yeah, I know.
All right. You're starting another run. Allen now goes out. You go after Allen. Good luck on your next run. Hopefully you improve that time on the board. Hopefully you pass and go to the front row or the second row. Good luck. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Now we see Alan come out of the pits and now into the back straight to start his lap. We're just waiting for him to cross the line and start his run. Round top turn 4, 213 miles an hour. Four now front straight, crosses the line, and now he starts to run. Into turn 1, 231 miles an hour, goes high, hits the wall out of turn 1, slows down. This could be the end for his run, or if he can pull up a miracle and improve his laps. I think he's aborting now. He might be aborting, or no, he's starting to go again. He hit the wall in at the exit of turn number 1. Yeah, he's aborting. Alan is aborting this run. He will stay with his previous fast run from qualifying. Very sad to see this. Starting his lap just too fast. Didn't turn in at the correct time and is now going back to pit road. He brushes the wall out of turn 1, very big hit. The whole exit of turn 1, actually. He says something about input delay on the steering wheel. Sad to see. Well, this is going to be the end of the live stream. We will not see the runs by the others, but we'll be posting the results on the official server on Discord. Thank you for your time.